Hello and welcome back to the wild. So hello and welcome back, and it's great to be back doing another review because I've missed it quite a lot. And today's review is all about the Fujifilm 23mm f1.4, this beauty of a lens that Fujifilm sent me kindly a few weeks ago to test out and to leave my constructive opinion and review of this lens, and that is what I'm going to do. So over the last few weeks I've been really trying to test this lens to the best of my ability with loads of different scenarios, the things that are out my comfort zone, so I can provide a really good all-rounded review for you guys. And I hope it helps you in your decisions for whatever lens you're looking at and just gives you an honest opinion about how this lens performs. So that's all I want to do, is just provide an honest opinion. From my opinion, but an honest one of that. So without further ado, I will kick off this review and I hope you enjoy it. So here it goes. Okay, so this takes me to my first point, which is first impressions. What was my first impressions of this lens, folks? What do you think? Quick, have a think. What do you think? Did I like it? Did I not? I loved it. Sorry to ruin that. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I think it's the incredibly fun focal length and angle of view. I went out straight away as soon as it arrived, went out at sunset and just, yeah, explored with it. I just had fun with it, and it really sang to me, and it really opened up my fun side and creativity side. And that's how I know a lens, when it's good, when it captivates you. And when you don't want to put it down, when you're like, oh, what else can I shoot? And you literally go out and take pictures of absolutely everything. I literally did. Leaves, bark, my dog, my foot, everything. Anything I could take a picture of, I was taking a picture of it. And that's how I know I love a lens. I think it's a brilliant lens, and I love that focal length. Straight from the get-go, I knew I loved this lens. So that's my first impression. It was beautiful and it sung to me. And Okie dokie. So the next point I wanted to discuss was image quality. Now this lens has stunning image quality. Like, the sharpness is just beautiful. And I will give you some examples of sharpness, and I've done some aperture tests as well, so you can see the sharpness at all the different apertures and how it manages to hold that strength of the quality throughout the whole aperture range. And it's definitely one of the extremely strong points for this lens. So yeah, image quality and sharpness was incredible. I can't fault it, I really can't. So yeah, well done Fujifilm with that, because I was thoroughly impressed. This takes me on to the next point, which is filming. Oh, I adored filming with this lens. And the reason is that I do a lot of self-portrait photography, self-portrait filming, and you're very much, when you've got your narrower focal, narrower angle of view, or that shorter focal length, you're very much confined to a certain space with your filming, or you're confined to an area. When I put the 23mm onto my camera body, it meant that I could do handheld stuff but still get detailed shots of my arm, of my feet, and it just really spurred some more creativity in me. And this is what this lens did. It taught me how to shoot with a different language, which was the 23mm language. So I love filming on this lens. It was top marks again, and the quality again was beautiful, can't complain. Okay, so the next point I wanted to discuss is that this lens is a prime lens. Now, if you know anything about me and my other reviews, you know for a fact that I absolutely adore prime lenses. I went to Edinburgh Museum and I loved it because I love the museum. I love dinosaur bones, I love space stuff, I love rocks because they're all cool. Because why not? And true people love dinosaur bones. So if you don't, get off my page. No, I'm joking. But yeah, what was great is that I could keep this lens on the whole time and I didn't want to change it. This comes back to my original point in my first impression of why I loved it so much. And it's that versatility, because it's not too cropped in, but it's not too wide either. It's like a really sweet spot for an angle of view and focal length. And you can do portrait, I could do landscape, I could do buildings, I could do objects. Like, it literally opened up a realm for everything, and I love versatility. So for me, like, not only is this a prime lens, which I love, it's a versatile prime lens and it's adaptive. You can use it for so many different scenarios and situations, and hopefully by my examples I've given of photos, you'll see what I mean. So yes, this is the key point for this lens. If you take away anything, I think just know that this focal length is really, really good. And yeah, I loved it, absolutely loved it. So yeah, prime lens, versatile, brilliant, spot on. So it got top marks for that. Okie dokie, so this brings me on to my next point, which is the build of this lens. The build of this beauty, la 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 la. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's solid, it's great. All the focus ring and the aperture ring dials are great. The aperture ring, now let me just talk about this for a second, because I thought this was a brilliant little setup. This aperture ring, I don't know if you can hear it. I probably should have it here, shouldn't I? And it's perfect because it gives a little notch for each change of aperture. You don't skip it, you don't miss it, you won't knock it by mistake. I didn't do that once. And it's also got a little lock button as well. But equally with this little button here, and this little cheeky button, I thought it was really useful because I shoot in manual all the time, but having that little notch there meant that I could easily find it. Oh, a bumblebee just landed on me. That made me jump. Anyway, I've got a little friend in me. So yeah, do you want to join in the review? What do you think? Oh, I didn't like it. So yeah, having that little notch there meant that I wouldn't miss the aperture ring or the dial, and I knew where it was, and it was just easy to find when I'm looking through the viewfinder, because that is how I shoot when I'm doing photography. Moving on to the actual body of it, it's solid, it's metal. You've got the capability to put a filter on it because there's a thread there, which is amazing again, because some lenses don't have that. And my final point, which is the most important point, which I get a bit excited about this, I was eating my own hair there, that it is weather resistant, yes. And I have examples of me going out in the pouring rain. Sorry, Fujifilm. I had to test it, I said I would. I've got to test everything. So I went out in the pouring rain, it was chucking it down. And this lens performed magically. I got some filming, I got some pictures, and it did not give in. It stays strong the whole way through. It was not a gremlin. So yeah, top marks for the build quality. It's robust, solid. You don't have to worry about it. I don't know why I'm shouting. I get a bit excited. Yeah, and it's weather resistant, so it was perfect. I can't fault the quality of this lens, so it's really, really, really good. Really, really good. Okay, so that just leads me to summarize this review. And there's not really much to say that I haven't already said, apart from I think this is a fantastic lens. I couldn't fault it. I think you get a lot of value for your money. You get good sharpness, good image quality, nice wide plumpy aperture, which I think is incredible. It's solid, it's weather resistant, and I think Fujifilm have really put a lot into making a very all-rounded good lens, and it's enjoyable to shoot with, and that is the main thing to take away from this, just that enjoyability of using this lens. And that's the message I want to put across, because for me the focal length and that angle of view was just so fun and so perfect and so adaptable, and that was what the strength was for me. And I love finding each lens's different strength, and for me this is what this lens did. I think it was brilliant and I really loved it for that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this review. I hope it's helped. If you have any cons, you let me know, because I literally couldn't find anything. If you have any questions, like anything, let me know and drop it in the comments and I will reply, because I always like to hear from folk and I always do my best to reply to everyone's lovely comments that they always leave, constructive or whatever. If you didn't like it, just let me know. Honestly, I will happily reply to anything. I can take it, I'm a big girl, so you let me know. Yeah, and on that note, thank you for watching. Stay wild, stay free, stay you, stay awesome, stay going outside in the beautiful world, because it's a stunning day today. And yeah, I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye. Someone walking past. It's kind of awkward. Stuck to a tree. And I've got a lot to say about this lens and I'm looking forward to it, and it's gone dark. It's fucking intermittent sunshine, that's why. Oh, you're so cute. Give us a boop. Oh. Is that what I want to say? Come on, you could do it. Just a little one. Just a little high five. Go on. Oh, thanks. Is that recording right? That's the question, Eric. You don't pick the lens picks you. You remember that. Can't see a thing, Eric. I should do my summary standing up, shouldn't I, really? I can't be bothered.